Let's jump right into it, man. Wallo just shook up the entire culture with one sentence. The $1 million worth of game co-host gave a passionate speech at a financial literacy seminar, and he said this: fair use.
Us. Oh, I'm black. Oh, black people. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Kill that shit.
Come on, man.
Either you got a good business or you don't. All that shit, don't nobody want to hear that shit. That's a hustle. Support me because I got a black business. Is your restaurant clean? Is the food good? Do you got consistent cooks? Is the material of your shit good? Stop doing that. Oh, you support the white people? No, I support consistency, baby. Yeah. Fuck about what color you is. I'm gonna spend my money. That paper, I'm gonna spend them deals where the fuck I want to spend it at. Whether it's Porsche, Ferrari, London, I'm gonna do what the fuck I want to do while I'm here. But I'm gonna tell you one thing, I ain't gonna be finessed off some black shit. But one thing about it, 70% of you motherfuckers is not going to make it. I'm not no motherfucking fake ass motivational speaker that talk this dumb shit. I'm the number one nigga in the country. You know why? Y'all seen me come out of the penitentiary. I make millions and I make millionaires, baby. You understand me? I come from the ghetto. Us. Oh.
I come from the ghetto, and I'll say this: people are not happy. Some are calling it reckless, others are calling it anti-black, and you have also people that are applauding the honesty. So is Wallo speaking facts? Also, guys, let us know in the comments. Have you ever had a bad experience at a black-owned business? And also, did you give him a second chance? Or did you just went to a white establishment, like Wallo said? Hey, man, let's talk about it. RJ.
Yes, let's talk about it. Let me just say this, KR, because this is a very controversial topic. Guys, we want to hear your thoughts and opinions as well, whether you agree or disagree with our takes. This is an open platform. If you haven't done so already, also subscribe and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. And of course, share the video with your friends, your family, and anyone you think might get something out of this episode. Now, KR, I'll just say this and then we can dive deeper into the topic, right? Because we need to establish some ground rules first. Because when we're talking and we're using certain words, sometimes different people understand that understand certain concepts just a bit differently than others, right? So you mentioned a couple of words. You mentioned culture. You mentioned black or black community, right? Just those two right now. When we're talking about culture, I just want to remind everyone that the culture is not in the US, because the hip hop culture, the rap culture, the urban culture, it's trend-setting. So what's happening in the States has influence in the UK, the other way around. It has influence in Canada, the other way around. Well, some people might say that one particular rapper doesn't fit in the culture anymore, certain Drake Adamas. But so that's the first thing, right? What do we have to understand under culture, right? We know where it started, but is it still the same thing? Second of all, when we're talking about black people, are we talking about African Americans? Are we talking about let me just say, the quote unquote pure African Americans
FBA.
that
FBA.
FBAs?
Yes, Foundational Black Americans. That's what they call.
Okay. So are we talking about those that are pure in the sense that if they go down their ancestry line, none of their ancestors did not come from slaves? Because that's a real foundational, right? So if technically speaking, you have different types of, if you have other ethnicities, blood in your veins, are you considered black? Are Dominicans considered black, even though they They also come from slaves, the dark skinned ones, not all of them. And remember, not all blacks come from slaves either. Some people just came afterwards. So you have some people saying African American, but they were never. So I have slave blood down the line in my veins. Some people don't have that, but they'll yell African American louder than other people, right? So what I just want to highlight with this, KR, before we proceed, you mentioned culture, you mentioned black community and black people, but who are we talking about? And I think this complex issue makes what Wallo said even more controversial and complicated, because everyone's talking from their perspective with what they believe is culture and black community. But take it away, KR.
Good disclaimer.
What, it wasn't a disclaimer, but okay. I thought it was a bit more, but okay.
It's a bit more. Okay. That's a good question. I'll say this because you're right. You have, of course, people like King FBA, Tariq Nasheed. Some might know him as the guy who is championing the FBA. He had something to say about this. But like you said, people are gonna look at it from their own perspective. When he's talking about black businesses, they might say he's attacking FBA businesses. A quote unquote imported black, like you said, me no black papi, aka Dominicans, might say this is not about me, even though they might look black.
Nigerians.
Maybe this is second generation Nigerians. So third generations from Africa, they might see themselves as black, but according to Tariq Nasheed, King FBA, he might say they're not black. So it makes it very complex. That's definitely true. But let's take a look at
ignorant, but okay.
Well, it makes it complex because, of course, there are different people that look at it from their own. The thing is, when you say black, it's not a monolith. You have different types of people, different cultures that create. Well, it's not create, that look the same. Just like all whites look the same. Just like all.
Okay, you should run those type of comments past me before you make them.
Well, I mean, color-wise, it's.
Yeah. I mean, you have people who have darker skin living in Bangladesh and India. So it's like when you're using the word black, and that's the thing, right? It's what are you talking about? What are you referring to? If it's just the color, then there are people from other countries who are not descendants of slaves who are also black, or at least they have black skin or dark skin, because black skin is not a thing, right? It's very dark skin. It's never pure black.
Yes, that is true.
But then we say, okay, that you're talking about black, but you're not black, right? So that's a very.
But anyway,
it's a wild conversation. But I think culture is the more. But I think culture is a more appropriate word because it entails a lot of components, right? Yes. which make up a culture. And in this case, black businesses. It's
businesses owned by people that have a darker skin complexion.
Yeah. But okay. Yeah, let's proceed.
So what he said, RJ, what do you think about what he said? Because looking at it from an entrepreneurial aspect, it seems like he's saying, don't promote your business as a black business. Promote it. Try to sell your what they call USPs, unique selling points. Don't make the color of your skin your unique selling point, because that might feel as a hustle.
Yeah.
Is that what he's saying, or is he?
Some people, I'm glad you defined the USP, because some people have a different definition, especially for the word, for the letter P. But I'll say this, man.
Is this how the frog sips the tea?
Kermit the Frog. I'll say this, just to answer your question. And what do I think about what he said? Let's take a step back and ask ourselves two things, right? One, was he lying? And how can we answer those questions? Preferably if we have data, right? But the second one, which is an important one, is why was he there in the first place? Was he there to give a motivational speech?
Probably.
So I think we have to take those two things into account. What was what he was saying? Was it right? Was it incorrect? Or wasn't it incorrect? That's the first thing. And the second thing is, why was he there in the first place? You know, because if you might have data that smoking will kill you, but if you're asked to give a motivational speech to people who are dying due to lung cancer, I mean, you can't go and say 70% if you're gonna die.
Come on.
You know, so we need to keep those two things into perspective. Now, as it relates to the reason why he was there, I believe he was there to give a motivational speech. There are different types of people who give different types of motivational speeches. Some people are prosperity. You have the David Goggins in the world who just say you're a fat F, and so
Stop
get off
moving
your
your
couch,
ass.
you're lazy, and so on and so forth. So there are different ways to motivate. Some people do it through talking beautifully, and other people do it through talking more out they assume an authoritative figure, right? So you do this, you need, etc. So that's the first thing. I think he was there to give a motivational speech. He was probably mentioned as a speaker in order to attract people to the event, right? So I think that's the main thing. So if he was there, then he had to leave people behind with food for thought, or foods for thought, right? So, hey, I never looked at it like this, or hey, I can do it too, or hey, no, everyone's telling me it's gonna I will succeed, but I might fail too. Oh, never thought of it. I have to change my strategy. So that's relating to the first thing. Relating to what he said, which is the second point. It is a fact, and we don't need to look at color, just look at businesses. 30% or 60 to 66% of businesses do not succeed. They don't get past the first 3 years, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
The first 3 years. So what he was saying, relating to his statement that 70% of yours is not gonna make it. I don't think, and I'm not his speechwriter, but I don't think he was. I think that was a data collected from business. What did you say?
Business in general. Business
in general, yeah. Analysis. So
Yeah.
analysis of numbers. It wasn't. I don't think he was saying 70% of black businesses won't succeed. I don't think so. They just say in general, when you establish a business, you need to take into account that there's a 70% chance, 60 and 70% chance that you won't make it past the first 3 years. Relating to what he said about no one cares about your business, that's also, if you ask me, the truth. They care. So business is about providing an added value. And how do you know that people support you? When they take out their credit cards or their bank cards and pay you.
For
When you
cash.
cash, yeah. When you say, hey, I just started a new business, you will get a bunch of likes and a bunch of hearts and a bunch of support emojis. Good luck, girl, boss queen. Good luck, man. You can do it. King,
Hustler.
hustler. And but when push comes to shove, and I'm not, this isn't, I'm not talking, I'm not inventing things. This is not only based on what I've read and seen, but I also have a business. And I know many people who have businesses. The fact that people will support you verbally or on IG and Facebook doesn't mean that they support your product. Doesn't mean that they will buy from you. So, in that sense, nobody cares about your business in itself. They might buy, they might maybe buy once for, out of like support or pity. But if there isn't an added value to them, they won't continue buying. It's not something personal, but what you're offering is simply not what they need. So maybe that means that your target audience is someone else. And in my experience, I've seen that, hey, I have this group of friends and family here, but my target audience isn't necessarily them. They're not necessarily my customers. Because sometimes they even, not only do they not pay, they want things for free. So no one cares. I interpret it like that. No one cares about your business if it's not providing value. He didn't say it like that. The third thing he said, which I believe was one of the most controversial things, was no, stop with that black thing. If you drive around in the hood, you can find Koreans, Indians, Chinese people, black people. This is a study that was conducted. The community that conserves money the most. So, what I mean by that is they pay each other when they need a service, they go pay each other. That's the Jewish community. I believe the Chinese also have a very high ratio. If they need something, they're going to buy from their own. It's um, it has been reported that the lowest, if not, so one of the lowest, if not the lowest group that circulates money, that keeps money in its own community, are black people. So, are you mad about what he said because he shouldn't have said it? Or are you mad because that's the truth? On the other hand, some people are saying, KaiR, but yeah, just it is because black people don't support each other as much as they do, as much as other communities. That's the reason why he should have promoted it instead of saying, hey, don't do it. No one cares about that. No one cares about that, which I can understand is a valid argument as well. Because you want to make a change, you need to do it. But I think what he was saying is, if you have good quality food and there's someone, another restaurant, for example, who also sells good quality food that's outside of your community, but the food is good, you can always say, okay, I'll support the one that has good food and the black one, or the one that's in my community. If you're Asian, then the Asian one, and so on and so forth, right? But what he's saying is, if your food is of a lesser quality, if your food is not delicious, it's not tasty, it gives people food poisoning, you can't expect people to still come to your restaurant because you're black. I think, to be honest, when I hear, so I say all that to say this, I don't think that what he said was untrue. I think the way he said it, and without proper context, you give sensitive people or race baiters the chance to
attack you.
attack you.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. If you look at it from a, I do think that most, if you look at this from a business owner slash entrepreneurial perspective, I think most of them would understand what he's saying. If you look at marketing wise, I'm not going backwards to full from back the last point you made. Most people will not, in order to succeed as a business, it has nothing to do with promoting yourself as a black business. You got to promote the product and what makes you better than everyone else. If your product is the same, and I think that's, I understand what he was saying in the sense of, if you're trying to guilt trip people to buy from you because you're black, it won't work. Saying the quality is not good, but hey guys, I'm a black business, support me. It won't cut it. Most people won't cut it. If you're and I think there was a, what's the vegan,
Slutty vegan.
slutty vegan. They, I mean, people are complaining at the university about the slutty vegan being too expensive while not having anything else adding added value. You gotta ask yourself, like, is saying your black business good enough to sell your product? It isn't most of the cases. RJ, who are the richest black entrepreneurs? Name three of them.
The richest black entrepreneurs?
In America. One of name just three of them, well known.
Uh,
Oprah Winfrey, one.
Oprah Winfrey is one. Yeah, but so I don't want to use like the artists one, because you have like Oprah's
Robert
one,
F.
yeah.
Smith. Robert F.
Robert F.
Smith.
Smith. Yeah, that's the second one. There's the realtor guy in New York as well. Forgot his
Damon
name.
John. Let's call them. All three of them. What I'm trying to say is, how do they promote their businesses? Do they promote it as, well, with Robert it's a bit different because it's not his firm. He's just the CEO of the firm. But promoting something as, hey, you gotta buy from me because I'm black, it won't cut it. It won't improve your business. You gotta tell them why you're better. Oprah did it by creating a show that transcends race, transcends culture. Everyone, in this case, women understood. those who don't understand that reference. That's a crazy reference, by the way, but okay. all women understood what she were interested in her show.
Yeah.
She didn't try to sell it. Hey guys, come check out Oprah Winfrey show because we have a black show, a black host with topics that might be interesting for everyone. No, she presented it as a show. And you gotta ask yourself sometimes, hey, you gotta promote your business the best way possible. The best
Yeah.
way to make it past that 3 years is not to only focus on a small demographic. It's starting with a demographic and try to expand it after. That's how you work every niche.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, let us know in the comments what you think.
Some people
Do
will
you
call
think
it. Some people will call it sellout. Other people will
so?
call it smart business decisions.
Some and some people will, of course, guys. I can already see the insult incoming. They're gonna say, "Hey, here we have two tethers commenting." All I have to say is, don't be an NPC normie using the most pre-programmed insult ever. Pre-creative. Be smart and tell me how much your business makes. And tell me the address so I can blast it to other tethers so they don't support you. I'm just kidding. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think.
We
Was
have a
Wallo
WhatsApp
wrong for
group.
saying what he said? What did he say?
I said we'll put it in our WhatsApp group, the Tether.
The tether WhatsApp group. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Was Wallo wrong for saying what he said? Should we support black businesses unconditionally or should there be standards? I would say the latter. Accountability is the kryptonite of some people. In order to become better, you have to do better. In order to be better, you have to do better. Last but not least, what does it mean to be pro-black in 2025? Is it unity, accountability, excellence, or all the above? Drop your thoughts down below. Of course, we're going to pick the best comments in the future to feature in one of our future videos. Of course, if you comment Tether, we'll highlight and we'll put the stamp of what I said before this. People are normies, man. Anyway, RJ, take it away.
Yes, guys, we also want to remind you to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. As KaiR said, the best comment or the most noteworthy comment will have a chance to get a mention in a future show. Please, I mean, you can say whatever you want. The most noteworthy one will get mentioned. That means that if you're very ignorant, you can still get mentioned in a future show.
Hell, we'll probably pin you.
We'll probably pin you. Yes. Yeah. So
look at this.
But yeah, in any case, we want to thank everyone that's supporting us. We've seen a lot of engagements. It is more and more engagements. We're happy to hear your thoughts and opinions as well. So we do appreciate that, even if it is a feedback, even if it is a preference for other topics, doesn't matter what it is, we do appreciate your support. So with that being said, KaiR, what's next?
Next will be, of course, you, Soulja Boy, just got hit with a $4 million judgment. And now he's blaming, guess who's he's blaming, RJ?
Who is Soulja blaming? Drake?
Well, some would say Drake is part of this too. He's blaming the Illuminati.
Oh, okay.
After being found liable for assault in a civil case filed by a former assistant, Soulja Boy hopped online to claim it's all a scam, part of a much bigger conspiracy. Of course, they tried to take down the great Soulja. And he's not just defending himself. He's comparing himself to Michael Jackson, Diddy, R. Kelly, and of course, the biggest of them all, Bill Cosby.
Ooh.
Fair use.
Think about the verdict.
Today, I stand before you deeply disappointed in the verdict delivered in my case. I firmly believe that the decision made in court was not based on facts or substantial evidence, but rather on factors that were outside of my control. The truth was overshadowed by the involvement of individuals such as the jury who were not present during the events in question. And I feel that the system allowed external influences to shape the outcome. Furthermore, the use of Jane Doe as the identity of the accusers raises serious concerns about fairness. Keeping these individuals anonymous while I'm forced to face public scrutiny creates an unequal playing field. I believe this entire process has been tainted by a system that is not designed to protect the rights of the accused. I want to make it clear that I'm innocent. This case was never about justice. It was about money and personal gain, and I will not let that stand. I am committed to filing an appeal and fighting for the truth to be revealed. I will continue to stand by my decision and believe that I did not commit the crimes I'm accused of. Thank you to everyone who has supported me during this time. I promise that I will fight until the end to clear my name and expose the truth. Thank you.
I'm so sorry. Would you mind repeating the first three sentences? I apologize.
Today, I stand before you deeply disappointed in the verdict delivered in my case. I firmly believe that the decision made in court was not based on facts or substantial evidence, but rather on factors that were outside of my control. The truth was overshadowed by the involvement of individuals such as the jury who were not present during the events in question. And I feel like the system allowed external influence to shape the outcome.
I'm good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course, that's not the crash out moment. He's going to appeal it, he says. We're going to look at the crash out moment after this. But the internet is going crazy. Did you hear what he actually said, RJ? In that statement. Well, you can give your comments in a second. Guys, let us know. Is Soulja exposing something real? Are they trying to take down the big Soulja? Or is this just the latest celebrity deflection? Let's talk about it. RJ.
Yes. Well, I'm curious to break this down. Of course, this is more up my alley in the sense of legal matters. I am not an attorney in the US. I do practice law outside of the US. So that's a disclaimer. Nonetheless, being an attorney for over 10 years, you get to you can read, and you can read between the lines, and you can also know, but I don't think you have to be a lawyer for this, that he did not write that speech. In any case, guys, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon as well, so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. But yeah, the essence is that he will appeal. At least that's what he said at that moment. I will appeal because it's not fair, and it's a system.
Jury wasn't there.
It's the whole system actually that was against that is against him, and against other artists as well, and prominent figures. So yeah.
RJ, what should you never do when you have an ongoing case in court? In this current time.
Talk
where?
Don't go live.
Fair
You didn't
use.
go live. Oh man, come on, man.
West side, nigga. Y'all niggas hoes, nigga. I'm Mr. Pretty Boy Swag. I'm the sexiest nigga in the world. You know how many bitches I got? You know how many hoes follow me? I got 7 million followers, nigga. Bitches love me, nigga. Fuck I look like, dummy. Is you stupid, nigga? Stupid ass nigga. Don't let this internet shit fool y'all, nigga. I'm still Draco, nigga. I still get on this bitch and check everybody, nigga. That shit a scam, nigga. If y'all think it's funny they over there scamming black celebrities, nigga, cool. Fuck y'all too, nigga. They over there scamming shit though, but let the lawyers do their thing, nigga. On my mama, nigga. You know what I'm saying? On my mama, nigga. Don't never compare me to no weird shit, nigga. I ain't never did no weird shit my whole life, man. They mad at me, nigga. In the Illuminati industry, niggas coming for me, nigga. Independent, nigga. I ain't signing no nigga, nigga. Niggas coming for me, nigga. My mama, nigga. If I really sexually assaulted a bitch, why ain't in jail then? The fuck you mean? Why you going to ask for some money, nigga? Go tell the police to come lock me up, bitch. If I touched your ass, bitch, lying ass, bitch. Ain't nobody touched your funky ass, bitch. On my mama, y'all can't see what these folks trying to do. Then fuck y'all. Y'all want to believe what these folks saying? Y'all want to promote this shit? Come on, nigga, come lock me up, nigga. The fuck? Where the charges at? Come on, nigga. I can't charge a nigga, can't lock a nigga up, can't take a nigga to jail, but wanna go in and ask for some money. Who the fuck want money for being sexually assaulted? Who the fuck wants some money for that? Bitch, go lock the nigga up. That's how you know this shit is scam, nigga. The fucking system is broken, nigga. My mama, nigga, and shit set up for black niggas to fail. It was like 12, it was 11 white folks. They was all 70 years old, bro. Old folks, bro. Oh, I ain't not stand a chance. They have no proof in that bitch. Just know, nigga, I'm the realest nigga in this shit. Nigga, they ain't gonna never stop me. Nigga, I don't give a fuck what they throw my way. Look, I got fans outside the tour bus right now for the sold out show. They ain't gonna never stop me, nigga. They did it to Michael Jackson. They did it to P. Diddy. They did it to R. Kelly. They did it to Bill Cosby. They did it to all the black niggas. They did it to everybody. God damn it.
RJ, if you
But they
was
won't
his
do it.
lawyer,
But they
go
won't
on,
do it to
continue.
you. He only gave examples of people who they stopped, or in Diddy's case, they're stopping. But Diddy's also saying can't stop, won't stop.
If you
You're
was
saying
his
that
lawyer and he's going live like this, RJ, what are your first thoughts?
should I should I should I tell him that I'm not longer representing him by phone or by email?
Crazy.
He just expressed himself. He just talked. But if I was the prosecutor, I would say, hey, but he mentioned people who were guilty of things. And he's saying he didn't use example. He should have used like Tiffany Haniard used Jesus and Tiffany Haniard compared herself to Jesus and MFK, Gandhi, but
The only
he
person who was not RJ, let's be honest, Michael wasn't found guilty. He
that's true.
settled. He settled. He
He
settled.
settled,
I
settled,
mean,
yeah.
this is a civil lawsuit, so maybe you have to settle too.
Yeah.
But Cosby they threw it out after a procedural problem. R. Kelly, Robert is still doing time. We'll never see that man again.
But he did drop a song, right? Or an album.
Well, we'll never see him. We'll see his album, but we'll never see him out here with us, eating, breathing free air. And of course, Diddy is now fighting with all he's got.
Yeah. Before you proceed, KR, you said something about we're gonna see his album. I want to rectify something on this show because I publicly made a statement a couple of months ago. I just want to announce that my Tyrese vinyl is on its way. It took a couple of months after I ordered it for it to get here. I think I have the deluxe version. When was he? When was he on the Breakfast Club? Is because it's actually
It's almost a
during
year
that
ago, my
time.
man.
Let me go
That
check it
was
out.
almost a year ago.
Yeah,
If
no,
I'm not
it can be a
mistaken,
year.
it was something around June 2024.
You think so?
I
Breakfast
think
Club.
so. Let's
Tyrese.
take a look. Let's take a look.
Let me see.
Tyrese
Let me see.
Breakfast
7
Club.
months
Because you
ago.
bought it. Oh, it feels
7
like a
months
year.
ago. So then we're in April. Take 4 months. Take 7 months. So it was in October, September, October that I ordered it, 2024. But it is on its way. I ordered the deluxe version because the way he was crying on the show, on the Breakfast Club, I knew that this would be like a banger. So I ordered it, and I made a comment a couple of weeks ago saying that I didn't get it. I don't know if that comment helped or what it
I
is,
mean,
but
people,
I am looking forward for the vinyl to get here because
RJ, don't forget,
I think
people,
it's fire.
don't forget, people are saying we got movement. We are the movement. Do you remember people saying Diddy is paying us?
That's true. That's true. We also got a comment once, guys. Please think about. Please think before you type, because a dude said when we covered Diddy's story like a couple of months ago,
Oh
dude
man.
said, "How did you know you weren't there like I was?" So you were there, Ninja.
Good thing
Please,
you didn't see us, man. I
you were
wasn't there.
there. Then thank God, because I made a screenshot of that comment, and that's gonna be our proof when our alibi. I'll say, look,
We weren't
this
there.
ninja said that we weren't there, but he was. You have
He
the wrong
was.
person, officer.
Well, we are the movement. People believe we are so influential that people are paying us to promote or at least sway the watchers towards a certain way. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Maybe the comments swayed them to send it to you. Maybe other people are still waiting for their vinyl, but they thought, you know what? RJ is complaining about it. Let's send it to him.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward. But
Maybe they
anyways,
want to see.
that's just like
Maybe they want
a
to.
segue.
Maybe they want to see a light skinned dude crying on the podcast.
Listen,
The
if
album
Jesse
is so
Smollett,
beautiful.
if Jesse Smollett didn't cry, I won't either. I'll just walk like this.
they try to smear y'all light skinned dudes. Harry's trying to drag you with him.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey guys, it's crazy. But hey, Soulja is out here claiming. I don't know what was that whole statement after he came out of court was kind of crazy too. He said the jury wasn't there, so how can they say it happened? Guess what?
Crazy.
Did
Crazy.
someone explain to Soulja how the court works? Did someone explain them? Your lawyer should show proof that it didn't happen. The jury isn't eyewitness. Imagine the that's crazy. Imagine for every lawsuit, the jury should be there.
All the victims, all the witnesses, they should
The jury is there watching you assaulting people just so they can sit during the trial and say he did not do it. Hey man, Soulja is crazy out here. But hey, this reminds me of something we have been talking about for a very long time, and I have to credit. I mean, it's his concept, Coach Greg Adams. We flip it a little bit over here, but this shows you that the care package is very important. When someone is leaving the business, you should just have them sign an NDA and also give them something to go away. the more, the older I get, the more years go by, it seems like lawsuits are piling up, frivolous sometimes. Frivolous lawsuits are piling up against people who are financially stable, whether these are men or women, doesn't matter. People are suing for no reason at all. Who knows whether he did anything? I don't know. The whatever happens, because of course he's gonna appeal. Whatever happens after that will show. Maybe you have to find a better lawyer. Maybe we went there with a not the best lawyer. Maybe he doesn't have the money to pay the best lawyer, but losing a lawsuit without any proof, that's crazy. That means you didn't hire the best person for the job. We're gonna talk about this on Thursday, by the way. Diddy hired a couple of, he beefed up his defense. But anyway, let's talk about it on Thursday. But yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. No one explained to Soulja how the court works. Maybe this is his first go around. Maybe he thought it was a joke. Or maybe he thought he's gonna beat him and do the race. We know how that ended with TK. But yeah, man, it's disappointing. Let's put it this way. RJ.
I don't know if it's disappointing. Maybe it's also strategically smart because
Who?
a lot of people are sheeps. A lot of people will just follow their idols blindly. A lot of people want you to say it's the system. The system is against us.
Oh, that
So
is true. That is
he's speaking the language of sheeps. Shepherds, however, the leaders, the real leaders, the free thinkers, like you and I and a lot of other people, will listen to this and they'll be like, okay, Soulja, come on now. You know, I like you. I like your music. YouTube,
Wait
like
a
an
second.
early
Wait a
YouTuber.
Wait a second. Wait a second. You
What?
putting free thinkers. You said the free thinkers, and then after that you say, Soulja, we like your music. What the heck are you talking about?
Hey, some people just like music. Music is music, yeah. You vibe to different things, right? So I don't think that your preference in music is a it's not
Judgment of
necessarily not
character.
necessarily an indicator of whether or not you're a free thinker or not. Although
Mm.
I have to agree that I believe that there are not a lot of free thinkers that will like Sexy Red. So I do believe that I believe that there are free
You
thinkers
took
that
the word
listen
out
to Sexy
of my
Red, but I
mouth.
do think as well that there are some ignorant people that listen to the opera as well, that go to the opera as well. So it's not like an indication. That's what I'm saying. So, and a free thinker should be able to think freely as well. So you should be able to compartmentalize and say, you know what, your songs are catchy, but I don't like what you're saying. I mean, that's entirely possible. Um, but yeah, so
What's your favorite Sexy Red song?
guys. Do you think I listen to Sexy Red? Drop it in the comment section below.
I don't know, babe. You said free thinkers also listen to Sexy Red. I'm just curious.
No,
I
I'm
don't know.
saying as a free
Could.
thinker,
They
there
could.
are
Yeah, they could.
because the operative word is free, so they're free.
Yes.
They can compartmentalize. Like
Carefree.
I like, for example, I don't know a lot
Glorilla.
of her songs. Yeah. Did you say Glorilla?
Her name is Glorilla.
Glorilla. Yeah, yeah,
Glorilla.
yeah, yeah. So I don't
She
know her.
glows.
I don't know her songs like that, but I do find her. I mean, I like her, but I don't
Mm.
like Sexy Red. So it's still But I saw them when I saw them dancing together. I was like, okay, but I don't. So you can compartmentalize. Is what I'm saying.
Great, great. Guys, let us know what your favorite Soulja Boy song is. Is it You? His first hit. Or is it Soulja Boy Swag? Do you believe Soulja? Or they're darker entities trying to take him down? Or is this just lack of accountability? Is Soulja smoking while he's on live? Is he talking too much? Is he making himself an easy target by doing ignorant things? Should he pay for? Well, it's too late now. But guys, do you think when you're a high value target because you have money, should you have everyone sign NDAs around you? And of course, with NDAs, always come with a bag because, of course, you got to pay people off to sign the NDA. Let us know in the comments what you think. Of course, we'll be picking some of the best comments to feature in one of our future videos. So make sure you drop your favorite artist who people wouldn't expect you to listen to. And maybe you'll be featured in one of our videos. RJ.
Yes. Also remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon as well so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. That being said, KR, what's next?
Third and final main topic of today is going to be the all-female flight, space flight by Blue Origin. What's supposed to be a groundbreaking, empowering moment for women in space turned into a kind of a full-blown PR nightmare with Katy Perry in the middle of it. Fair use.
1, 2, 3, take it up space! Tamir's in space. It's okay. Leave Flynn up there. Flynn, bye. Flynn, I gotcha. I gotcha, Flynn. Gotcha. Proud of you, Flynn. Flynn, can you down?
Katie.
Why did you do that? Why?
This is crazy. They were only 11 minutes up in the sky. Jeff Bezos' fiance, Laura Sanchez, and of course, CBS anchor Gayle King took an 11-minute ride into space and they were going crazy after they came back. The goal to make history, inspire, and elevate female voices. But the internet had other plans, RJ. They are getting roasted online for what people are calling try-hard, dramatic, and downright cringy. So what actually happened? Was this a mission really about women in STEM, or is it just glorified influencers that are put in a spacesuit and shown in front of us? Let's unpack this whole messy saga. RJ.
Yeah, I have a strong opinion relating to this story. But of course, before we get to that, I want to thank you guys for your support. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon as well so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. My thoughts are, well, dive a little bit deeper into the topic because there are certain things that I just want to there are things I need to get off my chest. But
You
just
want the
before I
highlight?
do
Okay.
that, I want to give you the opportunity to dive a little
To set
more
it up.
deeper.
Okay. Okay, let's set it up, man. Blue Origin, yes. Jeff Bezos' baby launches started all-women crew into space. They call themselves the astronauts with 2 S's. That's what they call themselves. Yo, what the you're walking away. Like I that's their words. A lot of people are not complaining. They're reacting to this cringy situation. Women are saying this is cringe. You wouldn't expect it. Feminists are saying this is cringe. You know how cringe you have to be for feminists to denounce women? That's a crash out. Let's take a look. Fair use.
For things that you can call feminist is very high. Like, I really don't care when it's bubblegum feminism and you put it on a t-shirt, but this, I'm exhausted. I can't take it. And that listening
why
to
are you
that,
exhausted, Rebecca?
I mean, don't get me wrong, beautiful reporting, but listening to that package, my eyes almost rolled out of my head. When Oprah Winfrey said that she had never been so proud of Gayle King, a respected and important journalist, and apparently the most impressive thing she's ever done is sit on what's functionally an Uber to space. That is, they got in a taxi. They sat in a like, I've done that this morning. My fiance just ferried me on the school run. That's not very impressive either. And what makes me so cross is that NASA have been very clear. These women are not astronauts, apart from the one that is an astronaut. The American Aviation Authority also very clear, not an astronaut. A 2-day training program wouldn't even get you to be able to serve drinks on an EasyJet flight. The idea that these people are using the same title that astronauts who train for their whole lives are using it's risible, and I hate it. My tolerance for things that you can call feminist is very high. Like,
Oh God, pause. Can you imagine being an actual fucking astronaut? You trained for 93 fucking years. You're literally a fucking genius. You went to the Air Force when you were 18 years old. You worked your ass off. You read 1,000 billion books. You did like 40,000 fucking hours in space, learning everything.
You lost your kids going to Jupiter.
Fucking lizard.
She's
no, you're not.
Play it.
I feel super connected to love.
Okay.
So
Pause.
connected to love.
Pause.
This is where you lost me. It's if anyone's ever gone skydiving, they land with so much adrenaline. How is she so calm? You were just in space and you're like, I was listening to the call map the entire time. I'm so zen and connected with the universe.
Here's the funny thing. These motherfuckers didn't go to space. Did you do?
Honestly, I feel like I have the same view on a Southwest flight.
Jeff Bezos sent his wife up there. Do you think a little bit he was hoping it would explode?
Of course. Dude, of course.
Yes.
Dude, this was a hit job that didn't fucking execute properly.
So was that what they landed in, or that was the only thing that shot up?
This is a straight up hit. This is not real.
Bro,
this is
holy
not real.
shit.
I don't care.
My mom is one of those in a room.
I'm going to tell you something.
Everyone is crashing out, Archie. Everyone is crashing out. Hey, even Emily Ratajkowski had a thing to say.
Mission this morning. That's end time shit. Like, this is beyond parody. Saying that you care about Mother Earth and it's about Mother Earth and you're going up in a spaceship that is built and paid for by a company that's single-handedly destroying the planet. Look at the state of the world and think about how many resources went into putting these women into space. For what? For what was the marketing there? And then to try to make it like, I'm disgusted. Literally, I'm disgusted. That's space.
Those are just a couple of the videos. Hey, don't forget the fact that they wanted to. Let me show this. This is crazy, man. Let me tell you, this is a PR nightmare. Look at this.
Is definitely not adding up. Somebody's lying. I was watching the live feed of that Blue Origin capsule landing, the one with Katy Perry and Gayle King, and y'all, I saw it with my own eyes. Someone inside the capsule opened the door. Yes, from the inside. As soon as the hatch cracked open, this woman standing next to Jeff Bezos ran over, clearly panicked. She was waving her hands, saying something like, "No, no, no, don't do that." but it was too late. It was already on the live stream. Then, here's the wild part. The announcers tried to play it off like nothing happened. They said, now Jeff Bezos is about to open the hatch from the outside, like we didn't just see it open already. And Jeff, he strolls over with this little key, acting like he's unlocking something. Bro,
That's the key to the city. That's the Diddy key.
saw it. We all saw it. That door is supposed to be sealed shut, pressurized, locked from the outside. That's the entire point of a space capsule. So how the hell did someone inside open it? You're telling
Yeah, anyway. So that's what I wanted to show is basically that Bezos had the key to the city.
I saw that one.
It's a total. I think they were trying to do something good with their PR, but the whole thing exploded. The other way around. RJ.
Yeah, I think people are looking for things to be mad about. First and foremost. I think people are looking for things to be mad about. So relating to the astronaut
title
comment,
they gave themselves.
Well, if you go 62 miles, so there's not one single criteria that based on that you can say you're an astronaut. But if you go past 62 miles in the air, you're an astronaut. It just, you can't consider yourself an astronaut. But is it the same astronaut as the, let's call it, let me say like the professional astronauts? It's not, of course. But it's just like if you say you're a baseball player. If you're an amateur baseball player, you play baseball, you're a baseball player. But you're not a professional baseball player. So I think that's where the dissonance is. But am I allowed to say that I'm a baseball player if I play baseball, if I'm in an amateur league and I play baseball 4 or 5 months in a year? Am I allowed to say that I'm a baseball player, or am I not allowed to say it because there are professional baseball players and only they can say it? So it's like, what's the definition? There isn't like at least there are, you can either say that there isn't one specific definition, or you can interpret it in multiple ways. But
well,
yeah, go ahead.
Well,
go ahead.
This is not the most trustworthy source. Because we all know these names just are not trustworthy at all. But if you go to Wikipedia, they say the criteria that constitutes human spaceflight vary, with some focus on the point where atmosphere becomes thin and the centrifugal force rather than aerodynamic force carries a significant portion of the weight. The Federation Aeronautique International (FAI) sporting code for astronautics recognize only flights that exceeds the common line.
Should I be seeing it, by the way?
Are you seeing it? Of course you're not seeing it because I didn't share it. Okay, my bad. That is true. Which is an altitude of 100 kilometers. In the United States, professional military and commercial astronauts who travel above the altitude of 80 kilometers are awarded astronaut wings. So the question is,
so 62 miles.
62 miles is international, and in the US, it's 50 miles.
Yeah. So if they passed the 62 miles, can they call themselves astronauts according to the FAI?
Well, if
so
they
that's what I'm
pass
saying,
the
right?
62, they are. They can call themselves, even though they trained, they can barely cook an egg, but they can call themselves astronauts.
If they've been hijacked by aliens, then they and went to space, they can call themselves astronaut. involuntary astronauts, but astronauts nonetheless.
Yeah. They
But
reach they reach their booster rockets reach the altitude of approximately 62.4 and flies above the Kármán line. So technically speaking, they are, but if they get
are
stuck
no
up there,
KR. Listen,
they
what are we
are.
talking about? Because the whole question is, can they say that they're astronauts? They can. That's the whole thing, right? But it's not the same. You're using two words. Those are two different words, because I don't trust them to not even open the door to the space station, let alone going up to space. But that's not the point. The point is, they are allowed to say, if they didn't pass the 62-mile mark or the 100-kilometer mark, then they are not allowed to see it. But if they did, then they are allowed to.
Yes,
but does that mean that they are like professional astronauts? It doesn't. Just like as a baseball player, you can play baseball in the weekend, you can play in the league. You're an amateur player. Are you a baseball player? Yes, you're a baseball player, but you're not a professional baseball player.
If you drop one rap song, are you a rapper?
Yes.
If you sell drugs one time, are you?
If you pop someone, let's go there. You were going there. If you pop someone one time, are you a popper? Yes, you are.
No. What I want to say was a dealer. Are you a dealer when you sell one crack rock and you your first crack deal ever? You sell it to an undercover cop and they catch you. Are you a drug dealer?
Let me change the question then.
You sell your first crack rock
to an
undercover agent.
Are you considered alternative if you tried it once?
What the heck?
Or can you say, I'm not it anymore?
You are. Wait a second. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Alternative what? Alternative lifestyle?
Diddy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Then they're astronauts. Case closed. Next. Come on, man. You're dealing with an attorney here. You're dealing with a lawyer. Come on. Next.
Are you doing the Diddy? Are you doing the Diddy swag? Is this how people call it these days?
I don't know. But this is the second point. This is the second point I want to make.
Tell me.
So people are downplaying what happened. I can understand. Listen, KR, it's what they were doing were cringe. It's cringe-worthy. Cringe. It seems like
over the top.
But then again, look who they send out to space. The people that they're focusing on. You're talking about an artist and Gayle King. First and foremost, we don't know what was really going on in their minds and hearts, but it was cringe to see certain things. I think a lot of people agree. I don't disagree with that. But KR, how many people would dare to go on that ride, to step in a rocket and go to space, lose it all basically? Because
why lose it all?
Because they could have never came back,
man.
And
space flight is pretty safe these days. Space flight is pretty safe.
And you still
How do I know this? I know this? Well, let's say I'm an investor in certain space. That's not an investment strategy. I'm not giving advice, but I follow the.
My question is, how many people would say yes? How many people with things to lose? Because Gayle and Katy, I don't know who the other people are. Sorry about that.
So you're saying basically people that go up there have nothing to lose.
No, I mean, there are a lot of people who have something to lose, a family, a career. You know, they won't do it. Because
Hey, man,
KR.
I think you blow up the risk a bit
No, I don't think so.
too
I don't think
greatly.
so.
I
I
think
don't think
so.
so.
I think so.
I don't think so. How many people did those rights?
I think that's a good question. Blue Origin, how many flights?
I think you're downplaying. That's what I'm saying with downplaying.
So as of the 14th of April 2024, they have completed the 11th human space flight and the 31st space flight in general with the Shepard program
11
with
with
humans in there
people
and
and 31.
31. So that's
Yes.
42 in total.
Yes. Now my question is, how many people?
This is
do you-
not.
let,
This
let me
is
ask you
not.
like this.
This is
Let me ask
not.
you this.
This
Do
is
you
not that submersible. That's all I'm trying to say.
No, but you're downplaying it. You're downplaying it. Okay, I have a question. Do you think, for example, Jay-Z and Beyonce would just step into that? So is it like flying a plane? Are you saying that it's as safe as flying a plane?
It's quite safe. I don't know
Are
the
you saying it's as
statistics.
safe as flying a plane?
I don't know.
That's the question.
I don't know. I
Just
haven't looked
tell
the
me what you
stats.
think. I'm not telling you what you know. I'm not looking for data. I'm asking, do you think it's as safe as flying a plane from point A to point B?
I think that you're comparing apples and oranges because I'll tell you this, because this is a lawyer tactic. This you're trying to set me up because, of course, commercial
With logic.
flights. No, it's not logic. It's not logic. Commercial flights have the longer track record than space flights. That doesn't mean the one is safer than the other.
So you're saying
Commercial
we don't
flights
have
have
enough data? So you're saying we don't
there
have
is not
enough
enough
data?
data.
Okay. But without enough data, you're saying that it's safe. As safe as flight with
This is.
plane.
You see what he's doing? You guys
You're
see what
saying
he's
they are.
doing?
You're
As,
saying
I'm not comparing it, but you're trying to compare it with something else. It's not comparable. There is not enough data. All I'll say is this:
it is comparable,
space
but
flight,
we don't.
space
It is
flight.
comparable, but we don't have enough data. It is comparable because it's a comparative
It's not even
analysis.
the same. It's not even so. The way you're going through the boats are flying. Yes, that's like saying apples and oranges are the same because they're both round.
You can compare taste, you can compare nutrition, you can compare color, you can compare calories, you can compare apples and oranges to a certain extent. You can compare what the safest travel method is. That's why people will say
What
flight
is
is
going?
safer than ship, or ship is safer than
Okay,
flight.
let's can you go with the Boeing or whatever airplane into space? That's what you're comparing it to. You cannot compare it. The line or the
So you can
maximum
compare
height,
successful. You can compare successful
dude.
trips.
Dude, you cannot. They have different. They are going to different levels into the atmosphere. When you're flying a
I have.
plane, you're
Yeah,
flying through a certain maximum. You
I don't
cannot. You're
disagree.
not going past a certain line.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that. But I have a question. Can you compare between commercial flights and non-commercial flights? Which one is done successfully more often?
Non-commercial, as in airplane flights.
So every flight has a point of departure, and they need to
Yes.
reach a certain place. That place
Yes.
can be a physical place, it can be somewhere, but we're talking about safe trips. So the percentage of it reaching where it needs to reach in its whole without a crash or an incident, etc. You can say travel by car. For example, people say you're more likely to pass away in a car accident than to get bitten by a shark. That's a comparison. You're safer swimming in the ocean than driving a car. So you can do comparative research. I understand that it's not the same flight, but I'm saying you can compare. You can say, for example, okay, you're 10% more likely to to die in a car than to die on a ship or to die in a plane. So you can do those comparative researches.
Okay, I've looked it up real quick. There have been a total crewed space flights in total 390 roundabout, which is in total with fatal flights accidents 4, non-fatal in flight anomalies 15 to 20, successful missions 365, fatality rate round about 1%. That's
So we have
comparing
data.
the one. So that's the data for that one, for
Yes.
only space flight.
Yes.
But comparing it with plane flights, it's both are flying.
But
yes.
KR,
But
if the
RJ,
percent,
are you
if the
saying
per-
so? So can you say it's safer to take flights versus taking a car?
you can if you have data. So here, for example, we know that it's 1% fatality, right? Driving, taking the getting on a space flight, commercial space flight. I guess I'm talking about. So it's
No,
1%.
space flight in general. Not this
In
is not
general,
commercial.
okay, space flight in general. I'm saying if you take it to a car, if you do the same research in a car, so for car trips, and the fatality rate is 0.5%, then you can say comparatively 5% versus 0.5 versus 1 is less. So it's safer to drive a car than to that it's safer to drive a car than to get on a space flight. It's a comparative research. You're not going to the same, it's not the same destination. But if people can compare passing away, so death by car versus death by shark, you can compare it. That being said, 0.1 is a relatively safe percentage. It means out of every 100 flights, 1 will explode. And there will be people who die. So we're at 31
Whatever
now.
you believe, whatever people,
We
let us
are
know in the comments
31
what
now.
you guys believe. Let us know in the comments what you. I think comparing the two, try to drive a car through the
You're
ocean
doing
and
it
get to your
again. You're doing it
destination. See
again.
how the
You're doing it
fatality
again.
rate. What?
You're doing it again.
What?
You're trying to if people can compare stocks with bonds with real estate to see what their return on investment is, it's a percentage. It's a percentage. Now you want to say, yeah, go build a house with stocks. That's what you're saying. It's not the same thing.
Hey man, whatever you want to say. Hey guys,
Hey,
let us know
man,
in the
I
comments
said
what
what I
you
want to
think.
say, man.
Yeah, say what you want. Hey guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think it's safer to go from point A to B with a car? Let's say you're going to your mama
That's not the
across
point, KR. That's
across
not
the pond. Do you want to take a flight, an airplane, your car, or do you want to take Blue Origin to that destination? Let us know in the comments what you think. Of
That's the
course,
fault of what I
do
said.
you do you do you believe this Blue Origin flight was an inspiring moment or just a crazy PR stunt? And of course, last but not least, is the criticism on Katy Perry fair, or are people being too harsh? Drop your thoughts down below, and we'll be we'll be focusing or picking one of the best comments or one of the remarkable comments to feature one of our future videos. RJ.
Yeah, just to be clear as well, I do believe the criticism on Katy Perry is legit. She shouldn't have gotten on the craft in the first place if she's pro nature. So there, I mean, that's compartmentalizing. She shouldn't have got. It's just like those people at the us who go by private jet to speak about going green. It's hypocritical.
What are you doing? What are you
It's
doing?
hypocritical.
Where are you going? Where are you going to?
It's hypocritical, KR. It's hypocritical. So I do agree with that, but I made my point. As far as the astronaut is concerned, and the other one, guys, you let us know what you believe or whether you agree or disagree. But hey, they did this for the PR stunt. They should have looked for better actors. In any case, guys, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. As KaiR said, the best comment will get a mention in a future show. So leave a good comment. A hilarious one is also welcome, of course, and you'll have a chance to get a mention in a future show. What's next, KaiR?
What's next is going to be comment of the week, which is two comments that people dropped on the Cain Velasquez crash out. The question was, would you do the same? Where he basically was popping at a car for someone who allegedly touched his kid. JJ said, nope, he wouldn't do the same. That's crashing out. And Pepper Jet 7, shout out to both of them, said, yes, free that man. Hey man, it's hard. I think during that show we also looked at both perspectives, and it's hard to say a dad shouldn't crash out in that situation. Of course, now he's gonna sit in jail 2 years. He popped the father. He didn't pop the guy who did it. He popped his father. I mean, I guess sins of the son go upon the father. Anyway, RJ.
Yeah, it's a very controversial topic. It's a very controversial topic because what's the right
There's
thing
no
to
right.
do?
There's no right, no wrong.
Yeah, what's the right thing to do? And they sometimes, and that's what you want to avoid, right? You want a system that people believe and trust in. You want a system that give people the assurance that justice will be served. And so the fact that he's doing it is because he thinks that justice will not be served. That doesn't mean that there is or isn't any justice, of course, but it's just what he thinks. Only he can answer the question whether he believed he did the right thing or not. But yeah, we want to thank you for your support, both of you. And the comments highlight the duality, the duality in this whole discussion. So we want to thank you for your support as well. And I guess that's it for the comment of the week. We can go to the around the internet section.
Yes. Let's start right away with the first one, which is the Pennsylvania judge who got sent, who's facing 60 years for, well, let's take a look. Fair use.
Last year, February 2024, prosecutors saying McKnight was the only person who could have shot her ex-boyfriend, Michael McCoy, in that home. McCoy said he could not see when he woke up in excruciating pain during the overnight hours of February 10th. He couldn't tell who shot him, but he was adamant that he did not shoot himself. To his knowledge, McKnight was the only other person in the home when he went to bed.
The wigs are
We heard
wigging.
from Cumberland County District Attorney Sean McCormack just shortly ago about the case. He was prosecuting to help avoid any conflicts of interest with county and state law enforcement.
I think what I talked about in my closing is using your common sense. That's what I urge the jurors to do. There were two people in that house, and only two people in that house. And one of them, the one who was shot, said he did not shoot himself. The logical conclusion is the other person did it.
Or as Einstein, the new age Einstein, who said 1 + 1 = 3.
The McKnight was led
Says
out of the
two, not
courtroom
three, two.
after the verdict was read in handcuffs.
He says 1 × 1 is 3, right? Or 2. What is he say?
1 times 1 is 2.
Oh, that's what he said. Well, I said 1 + 1 = 3. Same thing. Potato, potato.
She was being taken to the Dauphin County prison as she had her bail raised to $3 million after the convictions occurred earlier today. Sentencing is set for May. However, her defense attorney indicated that he intends to appeal the verdict that came out of court today. He said that he simply just does not agree with what prosecutors argued and that McKnight did not shoot McCoy. But again, she will face sentencing in May and was taken to the Dauphin County prison after the verdict was read today. Again, Sonia McKnight, district judge here in the Harrisburg area, convicted of attempted murder and aggravated assault.
RJ, 1 + 1 = 3. Why do I say that? They were two people in that home, and a phantom person came and popped the boyfriend in his head. 1 + 1 = 3. That's the defense. Don't know it's the best defense. RJ, this woman also popped her previous boyfriend. So, and they were on the brink.
That is
On the brink of breaking up. He was in the movement of putting her out, saying to her, "You gotta go back to your home. I don't want you here anymore." One plus one equals.
That's the thing, right? There's a thought exercise. So let's do a thought exercise. There are
Does it
two
equate?
other
Does it have
possibilities.
met? Because then I want to call in. Our modern day Einstein.
There are two possibilities.
Mm.
The question is, how likely are those possibilities, right? That's the whole thing. Because there are two other possibilities. The one you already mentioned, which is a third person. The other one was that he popped himself just to set her up.
That's a hell of a defense. Imagine popping yourself in the head, hoping you'll make it. By the way, he woke up with a headache and a blurry eye.
And the back.
I don't know where he got popped, but I would guess it's probably in the back. Because if it's in the front, you probably would see the bullet. Or at least the hole.
Maybe he was seeing the bullet. It was just too close.
Hey, shout out to that man. He made it.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But if you tell me that she did it in the past, then I would be surprised if the jury finds her not guilty.
Then I think they found her guilty already. So
yeah, then
the only thing is the sentencing is not.
She hasn't been sentenced yet.
The amount of years are not clear yet, but I think they found her guilty.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Hey, man, that's crazy. Defending that. Try to defend that. We were with what? There were two people in the home. They probably had cameras and also the alarm. So it's a sealed case.
Yeah.
Unless there is a phantom in there. Anyway, second topic of today: Coachella attendees paid about 60% of Coachella attendees financed their tickets. Fair use.
is a credit problem. Let's talk about it. Coachella isn't just a festival anymore. It's a fintech funnel where vibes are free, but liquidity isn't. This year, 60% of GA ticket buyers didn't just buy tickets, they financed them. Coachella's payment model has become a micro lending engine in disguise. And this installment system isn't technically credit. No underwriting, no reporting, no legal recourse, just vibes and phantom debt. Fans are now balancing 4 to 5 festival payments at once. That's not speculation. That's from Billboard. Buy now, pay later users have 70% higher odds of revolving on a credit card, nearly 43% overdraft. Many owe more than their card limit allows. They're not planning the party, they're surviving the repayment schedule. And this creates a compounding financial exposure not captured in FICO scores. It's why economists call it phantom debt, because no one can see the iceberg forming. And once you're in the desert, it doesn't get much better. $102 for cold tacos, 2 lemonades, and a seat on a curb. That might as well be a WeWork hot desk. Weekend 2 is historically better, but even that can't unboil a frog. So if festivals are now fintech experiments, then vibes cost APR, and no one reads the terms. Coachella has a credit problem.
We're seeing it again, KaiR. Last week, no, a couple of weeks ago, we discussed Uber Eats, right?
Yeah.
Uber Eats also having it partner up with a company. I forgot the company's name. And you can buy.
It's one of these companies. What don't remember if it was Uber.
Yeah,
Eats
you
or
can eat
something
now,
like-
pay later.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find it real quick. But it's also like similar concept. So you can eat. You can buy food on layaway, and
That's crazy. The whole concept, bro. This is crazy. Buy now, pay later. It's no, it wasn't. It was the other. It wasn't Uber. It was the.
It's pay with
Oh,
Swap,
man.
right?
It wasn't Uber. It was the DoorDash. It was DoorDash. It was DoorDash. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
so DoorDash partnership. Yeah, that
With
was
Klarna.
crazy.
That was crazy. But even this is also crazy. Imagine you're paying. I think the tickets, RJ. You know what this means? This is a very bad
What?
trend. This is a very bad trend because people don't realize this. When you pay like this, what will happen with the ticket prices?
They'll go up.
They go because they're gonna see. Oh, people are buying
You're gonna
it
finance
anyway.
it. You're gonna finance it. So
Let's up the price more.
just like
because
houses. Just like houses.
This is gonna go crazy. Before you know it, people are gonna pay $5,000 for Coachella weekend.
Yep.
By the way, that's only tickets. That's not the food, because the food is also gonna be sky high. I'm gonna pay $500 for a taco.
Yeah.
Might
it's
as well.
crazy.
I know some Mexicans that will cross the border and go to Coachella just to serve some tacos and go back. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. Are there Mexicans gonna cross the border to sell tacos and go back? Give themselves up to ICE after Coachella. Let us know in the comments. Want to say something else about this?
If they start pre-financing their flight back, then that's
Well, the coyotes.
the crazy thing is,
well, the coyotes.
the crazy
well,
thing
the
is that it's not
coyotes
even
accept.
the crazy thing is that it's not even that it's not come on.
Well, the coyotes accept on layaway. It is great. I'm gonna pay in installments when I arrive.
Yeah.
When I
don't
cross
think
the
so.
border.
I think that it's just you can clearly see the rich are getting richer. That's what you're seeing. The rich are getting richer. The tacos are not. They're probably U.S. companies selling the. I mean, it's not The rich are
This is
getting richer.
this is a bad trend. People are compiling
The poor,
debt
the poor,
upon each
the
other.
lower class is only gonna get bigger. The is there even a middle class? Is there even a middle class anymore at this
No, it's
point?
not gonna be. There's not gonna be a difference. There is not gonna be a difference. There won't be a middle class because the way people are expending they are spending their money and creating debt, it's gonna be crazy. The next collapse, the next collapse is gonna look crazy, man. It's
Yeah, it
gonna
has
get
to
even
collapse.
crazier, huh?
There's a bubble. It's just like the
It's a
housing bubble,
bubble.
but this is
Yeah,
like
it's a
there's a bubble. It's not if you're financing food, KR.
DoorDash, not just food. DoorDash, a
Yeah,
luxury.
if you're financing DoorDash, come on, man.
A luxury. You're a crackhead if you're financing DoorDash. Last but not least, let's finalize this. Robinhood launches bank accounts, Ubering your cash. This is crazy. Fair use.
Breaking news, Robinhood is launching banking, but this is the most insane part. Robinhood is launching banking products, but there's just one problem. What are you going to do when people need cash? Get it delivered. That's right. Instead of wasting time going to an ATM, Robinhood now will deliver your cash to you. Watch this.
You want to order an Uber or a Post Meals. Maybe $200 is fine. That's enough to buy some eggs. Select the amount. I can tip my driver. I'll do $7. Generous. And look at that. If you've used on-demand logistics apps, I can see myself right there in San Francisco. The driver's on their way. Estimated time of arrival, 10 minutes.
Could this be the beginning of the end of the ATM business? Would you give someone a tip for delivering cash to you? Is this idea crazier than paying for your burrito in 4 easy installments? If your bank had this service, would you use it? Crazy.
What could go wrong, RJ? I'm pretty sure. So what I do think that let's call it the small letters will say, as soon as you take out that money, it's all your responsibility. If there is a heist on you on the way to you between the moment it gets picked up and it's delivered, hey man, what could go wrong?
KR. I hope, first and foremost,
Hey, you're transporting money without the armored truck.
that was. I hope that's exactly what I was about to say. Man. I hope that they'll be transporting the money and Brinks trucks, man. Because can you imagine? Can you imagine, KR?
Oh man, you gotta walk around with
Can you imagine the money being transferred in a Mazda? Can you imagine the money being transferred on a Vespa? Okay.
Hey
Can you
yo,
imagine the motorcycles, KR? I just hope that's not like Uber Eats. You have the scooters, the Vespa scooters. I hope that's not how they'll be transporting the money, man. And that's crazy.
The next
where should I drop it off? You check on your maps, your Google Maps, and you'll see an alley with a dead end.
Oh my god.
But that tells me
Great
one thing
idea.
here.
I don't know if it's gonna work in.
But that tells me one thing. People are desperate. Money is desperate. Yesterday I was in a supermarket. Something that I usually buy for $1 is now $3, almost $4.
Get
People
your weight
are
up.
dying to move money, move cash. because it's not moving. It can't move if you don't have, if things get too expensive, people can't, money doesn't move. People can't pay for things. So now you have to put it on, and that's how the housing, that was the beginning of the fall of the housing market crash, or at least not the fall of the crash, but of the market. It was the beginning of the market housing crash,
No one is
housing
paying back
market
their
crash.
debt.
When people started getting approval for mortgages for a house that they had no business buying.
Yeah. They didn't have the money to pay anything back. So that's what they called bad loans.
Bad loans, yeah.
Worthless loan.
But there weren't any more good loans because no one else was there, and they had to, money has to move. So, hey, where should the money go?
The crazy part is they were repackaging those loans and reselling them to, to different.
It's like a time bomb. Hey, you're
It's like yeah, here you have it. Hot potato. Here you go. Good luck. See how you're gonna get that money back.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
But
that's why in times like this, money wants to move. So you need to, and that's we started the whole show. This is the main. If you're watching this, if you're watching this video on a clips channel, this clip is part of a whole show, because we have Double Dot Clips and Double Dot Show, 2 separate channels. So if you're not subscribed to the one or the other, please go and subscribe to both of them. But we started the whole show talking about Wallo and what he was saying about businesses. To tie it in, at the end of the day, business, money wants to move. You need to give money a reason to move to you. And you do it by providing value.
for those who don't understand, let me translate that. Money wants to twerk, and you gotta play music for it to twerk. It will twerk into your pockets sometimes, and it will twerk into someone else's pockets. The host will come with the money.
In this case, strings.
The three of us will come with the money. So you got to make sure the money twerks, so the three of us will twerk.
So you need to provide the music for the three of us to come, and the three of us need to be convinced that when they invest in you and work at your establishment, that you are able to attract people with money to put the money, to take the money from their strings and in your butt crack. Awesome.
That's it for today, guys. Let us know in the comments what you think. Do you think that analogy was perfect?
Do you think analogy was the right word to use in this moment?
Actually, it wasn't, but okay.
I think it was the exact, if you look at the first 4 letters, it was the exact word that you had to use in this example. Guys, let us know, let us know what you think about this story. Whatever your thoughts are, let it be known in the comment section below. Rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. It's been a pleasure to serve you once more, and we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time, another appropriate word.
Part of the plan.
Another appropriate word to use. Deuces.
2 in the O, 1 in the O.
I was talking.